Today's video is a maintenance video. I'll be changing the engine oil, filter, and lower unit fluid on my 24-foot Silverhawk. The engine is a Yanmar 4LH. We'll be using Yanmar 1540 oil, Yanmar genuine filter, and for the lower unit, it's a Mercruiser Bravo 3X. We'll be using 90 weight gear oil. I'd like to thank Port Niantic for providing the engine lube, filter, and the lower unit fluid. I'd also like to thank Super Clean for sending me cleaning products when I spill a bunch of oil and I need to clean it all up. I have a short segment I'm going to cut into the video showcasing Port Niantic, showing you the products and services that they offer. So I'll be removing the engine oil with the 12-volt suction pump. This has a female garden hose thread. This threads right onto where the dipstick removes. Dipstick has a male, this is female. We're gonna go ahead, put that on. And before we run the pump, I'm gonna remove the oil cap on top of the valve cover just to let everything breathe, let it pull that oil easily. Went ahead and removed the cap. This engine holds, I think in the manual it says it holds 13.5 liters, which is about 3.5 gallons or so. I'm gonna go ahead and remove about half that. Then I'm gonna go and take a sample, an oil sample. I send it to Blackstone Oil Analysis. All right, so everything's hooked up. I'm gonna go ahead, connect the plug to a battery and run it. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this now and grab that sample. Got about 1.5 gallons in here. They say to do it about halfway. So that's it. Got my sample. And we're gonna continue running. And we'll send this out. They give you a kit in the mail with postage and everything. It's very simple. You do an email address and they send you a printout. All right, oil's all sucked out. Going to go ahead and remove this tube. All right, I'm going to go ahead, pull the filter off, try to not make a mess. And on the new one, I'm going to be writing today's date and the hours. Draped a bag down here just to kind of catch any residual oil. Good thing I did. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up. I'm going to pre-fill the new filter about 3/4 way up with fresh oil and install it. Don't forget to put oil on the gasket as well. Some oil on that gasket. I'm going to go hand tight and then like a half a turn with the tool. Okay, so we drained the old oil, took a sample, installed the filter. Gonna go ahead and fill the engine now. All right, I think it's just about full. All that's left is I'm gonna run it for a little bit on earmuffs and just check the oil level, and it'll be right at about the full level. I actually like to run this engine a touch on the low side, just because the way when the boats ride and the engine's kind of always tilted back, I like to keep a little bit less pressure off that rear main seal. So we're just gonna go ahead and run it and check it, and she's good to go. Port Niantic is located in beautiful southeast Connecticut on Smith Street, the head of Niantic Bay. Right near everyone's favorite tackle shop. Port Niantic is a full-service marina accommodating vessels of all sizes with 81 deep water slips, dry racks, and indoor-outdoor storage. Their 25,000 square foot indoor storage facility will accommodate vessels to 50 feet. Docks are equipped with water, electric, and Wi-Fi. Restrooms, showers, fish cleaning stations, and grill and chill areas are also available. Port Niantic offers a full array of marine parts, repairs, and installations. As an authorized service dealer for many of the top marine manufacturers and an ABYC certified master marine technician facility, they will confidently provide you with the industry's most professional and knowledgeable marine service staff. Total care services include on-site service, mobile service, gas and diesel repairs, electrical repairs, fiberglass repairs, painting, electronic installs, AC installation, generator installation, bow thruster install, custom installations, and their specialty gas or diesel repowers. Factory authorized sales and service for Yanmar, Cummins, Mercury, Westerbeek, Onan, and Zeus. Whether you need spark plugs for a 40 horsepower outboard or an install of a 440 Yanmar, they have you covered. This is a Mercruiser Bravo 3X outdrive. Today we're going to be doing an oil change on the drive. This drive does have a Semmerich drive shower. This is just a ram-fed raw water bearing cooler, I guess. When the boat's running, this section of the drive is out of the water, so this does tend to heat up a little more than it should. This is a good aftermarket add-on. I highly recommend it. This takes around 2 of these. This is 90 weight Mercruiser gear lube. We're going to put 2 of these in the drive after we remove the old. We're going to put a new gasket on, and we're also going to put about a half of one of these in the reservoir inside. And you're going to need lube pump, cleanup material, and a screwdriver. The screw is located down below here, the drain port screw. We're going to go ahead and pop that out. But before I do, I have a large contractor bag I'm going to use to catch the oil. All right, so the drive's draining. We're gonna go ahead and pop the cap on the reservoir to let it breathe to open the system up. Help it drain. Pop that cap off. Okay, so the drive oil is just about all drained. I've let it drain for about a half an hour. I like to give it a little extra time just to make sure you get all that last little residual out. I've collected the waste oil in the contractor bag, which I'm going to dispose of later. And now we're gonna go ahead and fill the drive. We're gonna put 2 of these in. This is Mercruiser 90 weight lower end unit fluid. Put the pump on, and we're just gonna thread this in. There's a gasket on here, and we're gonna pump it about 1 trillion times, and we're gonna use 2 of these in the drive, and then the external reservoir up top, we're gonna put about 1/2 of one of these in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and screw this in. Bottle number 1. And we're going to do bottle number 2. So we're just about done with this second bottle, and I'm going to show you in a second inside the reservoir how you're going to be able to just see that reservoir starting to fill. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this now, and I'm just going to be prepared to add about another 1/2 bottle of this to the reservoir once we put this new seal on and get this lower drain plug in. I'll show you that reservoir right now. It's already coming up. There's about 1/4 of it in there, and we're just going to go ahead and put that plug in and then add the rest to that. I do these drives about every 30 hours. I'm not sure what the recommended is. I know people just do them annually or every 100 hours or so. Seeing this boat's on a trailer, and with the torque of the constant torque of the diesel always on that outdrive, I like to change it. I do it about every 30 hours, so I do it about 4 times a season. I'll be doing these oil changes in the lower unit. All right, so the drive's been emptied. It's been refilled. I'm gonna go ahead and put a new gasket on the lower drain plug, and we're gonna go ahead and remove this quickly. It's gonna drain out, but you just kind of go in there. It's a messy job, and slam this plug in there and give it a good torque. I'm not sure what the torque spec is. I usually do it pretty good, pretty tight. You don't want that coming loose or anything like that. You're gonna have big problems if you do. So. I'm gonna clean up and then torque that down. And I'm just gonna give this a final torque now that everything's cleaned up. And we're gonna go ahead and add that. We're gonna go ahead and add about 1/2 of these to the reservoir inside, or whatever it needs. So that reservoir came up a little bit. I'm just gonna add, I like to bring it just above halfway. I don't know if you can see it coming up. We're at about half. I like to go like 5/8. And there it is, and we're all set. And this, just keep an eye on this. It's good to just keep an eye on this reservoir. Keep a jar of fluid in your vessel at all times if it needs a little bit. I do check this before every trip.